I am Ash. Welcome to my channel. My life has taken some unexpected turns in 2020, leaving me picking up the pieces and pressing restart. I don't know what every day will hold, but I do know I'm just gonna wing it. Thank you so much to the patrons on my channel. You help make Winging It with Ash possible. Hello, I am Ashley from Winging It with Ash. Welcome to my channel. You found me. I have been getting a lot of subscribers on this channel, new people to my channel, and it's amazing. I'm so excited. And so what I thought I could do today was a little bit of 20 questions so you can get to know who I am a little bit more. Sounds super vain, and it might be, but it's kind of fun, like, to ask questions, get to know someone. And so yeah, this is a little one-sided, but I wouldn't mind for you guys in the comments below. If you see a question that you want to answer, definitely answer it down below, because I would love to hear your answers. I literally read every single answer. I cannot get back to everyone, but I so enjoy reading all of your guys' answers to my questions in my videos. It means so much to me that you take the time to write out what you do. So this 20 questions, I just found it online. It's just a normal one, except that the questions are a little more interesting and fun, and I thought that would be a better way to go to share a little bit more about who I am. All right. Question number 1. What is your most embarrassing moment? I'm not like a super easy person to embarrass. I do get embarrassed by certain things, like if somebody's mean to someone in a grocery line, or like being mean to a waitress, like not being patient. That is embarrassing to me. But I think my most embarrassing moment that I can think of was when I was in junior high or high school. We were at a friend's house, like our parents' friend's house, so it was just a bunch of us kids whose parents hung out. We were downstairs in the basement, and one of my friends made me laugh so hard that I peed my pants, and everybody knew. Like, it was so embarrassing. And then I had to wear my friend's mom's pants, like sweatpants, the rest of the night. It was extremely embarrassing for my age, and I tried to play it off like all cool and stuff, but yeah, peeing your pants from laughing too hard is not something that's easily played off. It was embarrassing. Question number 2 is, do you have any weird talents or skills? Weird talents or skills. I once knew a guy that couldn't roll his tongue. Like, I can make my tongue into a roll like that. And I don't know that everybody in the world can do that. I'm pretty sure I knew a man who couldn't, so that, I guess, counts. What was my favorite childhood TV show? Well, there used to be this thing on Friday nights called TGI Fridays, and it was on a television station, and every Friday, I think from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m., or it was 8 p.m. It was a 2-hour span. There were 4 different shows, and they were all family-friendly shows, and I freaking loved it. I loved my family all getting together on Friday nights. We would all watch these shows. It probably dates me talking about TGI Friday, and probably only people in the US know what it was, but it's not a particular show, but it had like family-friendly, like family sitcom shows that I really, really enjoyed. I'm pretty sure maybe Sabrina the Teenage Witch was one of those shows for a long time. Yeah, that definitely, as a kid, I loved that. But all through, like, growing up, Amazing Race has been one of my absolute all-time favorite shows. I love to travel, and as a kid, like, my dad and I would just talk about how we were going to be on the show together, and we still do. Talk about what we would do in the show. I'd be like, Dad, you're going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and he was like, yeah, we could do that, and yeah. That's pretty much how it goes every time we watch that show. And we have so many to catch up on, so we've been working on it. Question number 4 is what my favorite Halloween costume was as a child. I don't remember too many Halloween costumes as a child. I do remember once my mom dressing up as M&Ms. She just took a huge cardboard and cut it out and then painted it like red and yellow, and then we went as M&Ms. I do remember these little outfits my mom had my sister and I wear. They were matching outfits. My sister, I think, was orange, or I was orange and she was purple, and it had like little pumpkins all over it. for some reason, like, I feel like in the 80s, early 90s, moms just like to make their children match clothing, or at least mine did. So I kind of remember that as a Halloween costume. Other than that, like, I don't remember us dressing up too much for Halloween. Number 5 is, what was my worst fashion faux pas? Fashion faux pas that I would do. I don't know, I've been pretty fashionable all my years. No, I have no idea. Oh, okay, here's a good one. When I was younger, I did the whole loop bangs. You used to like take a big curling iron and loop your bangs. And so that was like the fashion for hair, was to have like these looped bangs. And I even remember, like, I had an older foster sister, and she would use like a big twisty brush and twist her bangs like so that they'd loop. And this might tie into another one of my most embarrassing moments. Was my very first trip that I went on was to New Zealand, and it was right after high school, and I brought a curling iron with me, not understanding the difference in voltage. And so my very first day there, being away from my family, everybody I knew, I left to go to New Zealand and meet all these brand new people. The day I was to meet all these new people, I went to curl my bangs, and they burnt off onto my curling iron right in front of me, like orange and black. And so I had this small little mohawk on the front of my forehead, and so I wore a hat the rest of that day, completely mortified that I had completely singed off my bangs because of the difference in voltage. It was horrifying. Another embarrassing moment for sure. I never had those round bangs after that. What is the most cringe-inducing pickup line I've ever heard? I think like when guys like specifically talk about physical attributes right away and completely ignore anything else. To me, that is like a number one thing is, hold on, what are you interested in? Like, I think it's great that you find me attractive. I love that. Like, that's a good start. But there's so much more to me than just the physical attraction. And so, yeah, I think that I don't know, it's really hard because it is nice to get compliments, but like if somebody's commenting on your butt right away, it's not necessarily the best first impression. Maybe, yeah, you have a great personality would be the better option. Question number 7 is, what products have I bought from infomercials? This is a silly one too. I don't know that I've ever bought any products from infomercials, but I'm pretty sure everybody else is freaked out by the fact that when you're online and you like talk about something and somehow there's an ad later that day or the next day on your cell phone or on your Facebook or on your Instagram. Like, how do they know? So I have like purchased swimsuits offline because I've talked about it, and then there have been different swimsuits on my Instagram that I've been interested in, and I've had to return because they weren't that great. So yeah, I think swimsuits probably are the biggest thing that I would purchase online, but I always end up returning them. I'm not a really good online purchaser, specifically for clothing. I much rather feel things because I'm a textures person, and I'd much rather try things on before I purchase them. Which right now in the US, like where I live, you can't try anything on in the stores. If you're going to purchase something, you have to purchase it, take it home, try it on, and then take it back if you don't like it. It's a huge hassle. Question number 8 is, if you could merge 2 animals together, what would they be? Is that what it is? Oh yeah, like what would you choose? 2 animals. Well, obviously I love sea turtles and I think that they're amazing. So I'd definitely take a sea turtle and maybe merge it with like a panda. So there would be like a panda in a shell. Fuzzy panda in a shell, and it would be massive. I think that's my final answer. I could probably come up with a bazillion animals I would love to smash together. Number 9 is, what is the best dad joke you know? I don't know if this is dad joke, but I love telling this joke. It's one of my very favorites, and I remember it all the time, is how do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. Booger, like a booger. I like that one. Question number 10 is, if animals could talk, what animal would be the funniest to listen to? Okay, so here at the ocean, we do have sandpipers, and they wait for the water to come to the edge, and then they all scurry and like rush to not let the water hit their feet. And I think that they would be like really high pitched and talk really, really fast. I also would love to hear chipmunks talk. They're so cute with their little cheeks, and they just make little noises. Or a hummingbird. A hummingbird would be really funny to listen to. But I also would love to hear animals that would like seem like they would be just like really derpy, like like just I could think of a few animals that would be that way. Question number 11 is, what is my guilty pleasure? More relevant to this time are video games. I've been playing quite a bit of different games. Right now I've been playing Counter-Strike, which is my one true love for games, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And then also I've been playing some COD, some Warzone, and then I've started playing Ark with some friends, which has been very interesting, extremely political, and not my favorite, but I have rode dinosaurs on that one. And then I also, Minecraft obviously has been a great way to spend time while being quarantined. Number 12, what is the most useless superpower I can think of? I have not thought of these answers ahead of time, by the way. I'm just winging it. You know how I do. So the most useless superpower I could probably think of is maybe... I mean, I'm trying to think of a like just a random superpower, like having a green thumb. It would be useless. Like if you... I mean, it wouldn't be useless. Like even like having like a microwave-able hand and being able to put things in it and microwave them wouldn't be useless. I just can't think of something that would be useless. I'm sorry guys, I failed on this one. Down in the comments below, tell me the most useless superpower you can think of. I'm actually really excited to hear what you guys have to say about this one, because I just, on the fly, I literally can't think of anything. Oh my gosh. Number 13. If you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do? I would... Well, it depends on what I would look like. Like, if I'm really buff, I would probably, like, lift a bunch of things. If I was really tall, I'd probably, like, hide a bunch of things really tall, high up. And obviously, I would pee standing up. Like, I just feel like, who wouldn't? If you were a girl and you couldn't do that, and you had the opportunity to do that, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Am I wrong? Number 14. What is a song that is downloaded on my phone right now, and if it started playing, it would be really embarrassing, like it's playing randomly? I don't have a lot of songs downloaded on my phone, and I have recently been adding to a playlist on my phone, and so I really like all of those songs, but I think maybe the most embarrassing would be... Okay, maybe this is the one. Well, how does this apply to me? I don't know. It's so funny that this came up. Okay, so I downloaded I Wanna Be a Millionaire, so, you know, that song. And I had only listened to the radio edits, which didn't have all the F words, all the words in it that that song actually has. So I didn't realize that it was a very heavy F-word song. So, potentially, if that started playing out loud, unbeknownst to me, I might be a little embarrassed because, yeah, I didn't realize that it had all those F words in it. Is that immature of me? Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Number 15 is what is it? What is my least favorite word? And an example they give is the word moist. I feel like a lot of people don't like the word moist. It doesn't bother me. I actually really like it, and I really wish that people would just like whisper it all the time to drive those people who don't like it crazy. To drive crazy those who don't like it. But a word that I don't really like, I like the word moist. I think I could just pick out like a lot of words that I actually like. A word that I don't like that drives me crazy is... I couldn't think of anything. Like, I can't think of a word, but I looked up a bunch of words that people don't like, and this is what I found. Moist is like number one. People don't like the word moist. I don't get it. Like, it's fun to say. Okay, there's also phlegm, which, yeah. I think that one that I don't like is like the word loogie. It's not a good one. Ointment, panties, curd, rural, maybe because people can't say rural, slurp, mucus, which is kind of like sloogie, pulp, and that's it. But I don't really have a problem with words. It's mostly like sounds. Like, I don't necessarily like certain sounds. Words, I have no problems with. Number 16 is one of the funniest things that I've seen people do while I was people watching. I definitely have seen a lot of people pick their noses while in their cars. I'm pretty sure that's a common thing. I've also seen a man grab his wife's butt right in front of me while I was people watching, but I think that's cute. Like, I don't mind that at all. It was just funny and cute. Number 17 is what is a word that I always have a hard time spelling, and I am not a great speller. I know that about myself. I wish that I was better at spelling. I don't know if it has to do with not reading enough when I was a kid, but even like spelling bees or spelling tests, like I hated as a kid so much, but I had to study a lot to remember words. I think a word that recently I was having a really hard time. Thankfully, I have freaking Siri, and I'm like, Siri, how do you spell this? And she helps me out. But a word that I really have an easy time, or I had a harder time spelling, is entrepreneur. That's a tough word. Like, that's not necessarily one that you use daily. So entrepreneur was one of the more difficult ones. Number 18 is how would my last boss describe me? I think that I would get great reviews. I actually really like working for someone. Becoming an entrepreneur has been a little more difficult for me because I don't have the feedback that I really like to get from people. I'm a people pleaser, so when I have a boss, I can please them. I can go above and beyond. But for me, as an entrepreneur working for myself the last 4 years, I never received that feedback other than from you guys. So yeah, my last boss would totally say that I was a good worker, that I was on time, that I would go above and beyond, because that is my work ethic. Like, I want to work very hard. I know that I need to work hard, and so I do everything I can to work hard in work environments. And outside of work environments, I think that work ethic is a very valuable thing to value or have. I didn't know this was going to be one of the questions. Number 19 is, have you ever had a weird experience with a celebrity? I used to be a manager in Hollywood at a boutique hotel where we had celebrities all the time, constantly. I had celebrities, and I had to know as a manager who they were and that they were in my hotel. I have quite a few experiences with celebrities. One of my favorites to tell is I was working room service, and I had a large table full of food, and I was going up to the rooms. I didn't know who was in the room, and when I got there, Hulk Hogan opened the door and he put his hand on the door, and I went underneath his hand with the under his arm with the table. He was so big, and I was just like in shock that Hulk Hogan was in front of me. His wife was also in the room, and it was just like such a fun moment. There are so many other moments. One of them being I brought coffee up to M. Night Shyamalan, who is a movie director, and I swear when I looked into his eyes, I was just lost for a moment. Like, I just like lost my breath. And his movies are a little like creepy type movies, but like I really felt like we had a moment. And I have not had that experience in very often at all, but I felt like it was a moment. Another person, I actually don't even know his name as an actor, but there's this show when I was younger called The 10th Kingdom, and it was just a made-for-TV show, and I absolutely loved it. And there was a man who was in love with this girl, and he was half man and half wolf, and I crushed on him majorly as a kid. And so when I went to his room, not knowing who he was, but when he opened the door, it was like also a moment. Just was shocked that it was him in front of me. He's been on other things. He's been on other soap operas and stuff, but like that was a childhood crush that I was seeing in person. It was just wild. I often don't have like these celebrity moments or feelings because I think that working in the atmosphere, you need to kind of get over that. And seeing celebrities all the time help you with that. But man, those are the few moments where I definitely had like a little bit of starstruckness. Like I had that feeling, and it was memorable. And last but not least, question number 20. Would I rather be extremely hairy or completely bald? My answer would be completely bald, because then I could just wear a wig and then everything else would be bald, and that would be totally fine. I would never have to shave again in my life, and I would be totally okay with that. So, easy answer, bald. I don't know why that's the last question they decided to end on, but that's where I'm going to leave it. Guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for doing this 20 questions with me. If you have any answers to any of the questions I asked, please put them down below. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. I hope this helped you get to know me, Ashley, a little bit more. Bye. Have a good day.